Hello, my dear students of class 7. I hope you all are good. So, again, we are back to our studies. So, after the half yearly, this is your second unit test syllabus. So, that this is chapter number 6, smartphones, addiction, and gaze. So, basically, this focuses on what? This focuses on our daily attraction towards the smartphone. Okay. So, our life has become more digital and smartphone friendly. We cannot live without smartphones. So, our phones have become a sort of addiction for us. So, from the moment we get up to the time we set an alarm for the next day, smartphones are turning into an unhealthy obsession for us. So in a very alarming news, scientists now say that smartphones addiction might be just as deadly as drug addiction. Okay, it hampers our studies, so it has many consequences. Okay, it affects our eyes, our vision, our hearing loss. The results are tremendous. Okay, so here the author suggests some get over for this addiction, how to get over this addiction, how not to use smartphones. There is also a poem regarding this, that television, where the students or where the children gets attracted towards the television. So how we must read books than seeing television all the time, go outside, travel. So these things are necessary. Okay, so you will read in this chapter that when people will go out, they are hunching their back, and always towards the phone, which may cause accidents in the road. When they are driving, they are looking over to their phone. When they are riding the bike, they are also looking over to the phone. So these are the facts of things, or these are the facts of life. So here let me read. Although smartphones have made our lives easier, more fun, and more social in important ways, so it is not that every disadvantage that we are getting through our smartphones. Our smartphones is also helping us, like we are connecting with each other now. It is through the smartphone. It is through the social network. It is through the phone. Okay, so everything is not bad, but to some extent we need to maintain it. Means over limitation of anything is not good. So, when we are totally immersed in social media, we miss out on real conversations and are incapable of original and deep thinking. So, whenever we depend on our social network, our mobile phones, we lose our thinking power. We suppose you need an answer, you go and look over to the Google. We don't utilize our brain nicely. So just look at all the people hunched means stooping down over their phones as they walk the streets or drive their cars or shop in malls. So everywhere. Either they are walking on the streets, either they are driving the cars, or they are in malls. So observe people in line for coffee or in a quick break from work or just driving or sitting in a restaurant. Visit an airport and you can notice a sea of craned necks and dead eyes all staring at the screen on their smartphone. So everybody are staring at their screens. Clearly, we have long passed the days of looking up and around at our world to constantly looking down. So here author is mentioning that we don't converse, we don't look at people. What do we do instead? We look at our smartphones whenever we go out. This reduces what? Communication, conversation with other people. Suppose your some relative is passing from the other side of the road and you are on the phone. Your relative looks at you, but you don't. Why? Because you are engrossed in your phone. So that may hurt people's sentiments. So I wonder what you have happened if the Russian scientist Ivan Pavlov were alive today and performed his experiment with humans and smartphones, time instead of using the dogs which salivated every time that they associated with food rang. So there is a habit. Okay, it's a habit. Like Ivan Pavlov, what did he do? He used to struck a bell, okay, for the dog to make him realize that it is his time for food. Every time we would hit the sound of the ding, ping, or buzz from our smartphone, I can sure many of us would be itching to grab our phone. So similarly, in a very similar way, like the dog which hears the bell and come running for the food, if any notification or anything, ting, bing, or anything, any tinklings come from our phone, any notification sound comes on our phone, what do? We may be in a meeting, or we may be in a doctor's chamber, we may be in a hospital, we may be in a bank, wherever we may be, we just take out our phone and check it, that who is it. So this is a bad habit. This becomes a habit. Let's also not forget that every single minute on the planet, YouTube users upload more than 400 hours of video each day. There are literally billions of Facebook feeds, Instagram posts, and blogs that are accessible to us on our smartphone, which invite us to get lost in it anywhere or any time, whatever else we may be doing. Okay, you see people making reels, Instagram reels, in the road, they are dancing. Yeah, they have, means their personality is completely getting lost. Okay, they are doing anything to get millions and millions of views. Okay, whatever they are picking up their cheap things. Okay, doing cheap things on the road. People are laughing at them, but they don't bother to. What do? They just need the followers. They have a way to earn money. They are getting addicted towards it, and we are checking over to that Instagram reels, giving likes, commenting. So why are we doing? Because we are also addicted. They are also addicted. They are making us addicted. So this is the relationship that now we are doing in this world. We are communicating through mobile phones, and not it is through virtually, not physically. Okay. Adam Alter, author of the best-selling book Irresistible, informs us that most people devote between 1 and 4 hours on their phones daily, and others far longer across the globe. So everybody, Adam Alter's in his book Irresistible, he mentions that people most of the time are engaged in the phone. So these people also spend an average of a quarter of their waking lives on their phones, which is more than any other daily activity they engage in except sleeping. So any other activity is much less than the activity of using phone, except sleeping. Sleeping is one which we do like 8 to 7 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Okay, so but most of the time, whenever we are awake, we are spending our most of the time in phone. So for Alter, most people have spent a staggering 11 years on their smartphone over an average lifetime. So this dependence on our phones is so prevalent that researchers have now coined the term nomophobia. So nomophobia is what? I have already mentioned it. Nomophobia is getting stressed when we do not get tower in phone or forget our phone. That is nomophobia. Nomophobia is what? When we are not getting the tower, when there is no internet on the phone, that irritation in our mind, that what is happening, what message have come that I cannot see. We have forget our phone in home. Oh no, what I'm going to do all day. So this extra trauma is called what? Nomophobia. Okay, to describe the fear of being without a mobile phone. So what is nomophobia? It's a fear of not being without the mobile phone. So you always have to have a mobile phone in your pocket. Okay, till here, boys and girls, till here, we will complete it in a very slow process, as we have just started our syllabus. So let's read this and go through it line by line to understand the words. I have explained all the lines clearly. I hope there will be no problem for you all. Okay, thank you all. Bye bye.